Tuesday night, the FAA shut down all airspace over El Paso, Texas. Every single flight grounded, nothing in or out for a planned 10 days. The official explanation? Drones. But the story the government told the public and the story Congress received behind closed doors are two completely different stories. And while the airspace was locked down, strange lights appeared on the airport's own live cameras. As always, I'm here to report the information without bias, and you can decide what to believe. You can find the sources in my detailed articles at ufonews.co, along with in the description box below. Hey ufologists, I'm Cristina Gomez and welcome to this episode of UFO News Updates. At approximately 11:30 p.m. on Tuesday, the FAA issued a temporary flight restriction over El Paso International Airport. 10 full days, a 10 nautical mile radius from the ground up to 18,000 feet. Commercial, cargo, general aviation, emergency medical, all grounded. The FAA confirmed this as national defense airspace and warned pilots who violated it could face interception, detention, and even deadly forces. Now, why should the UFO community be paying close attention? Because journalist Matt Laszlo from Ask a Poll called Congressman Martin Heinrich right after a classified briefing on the issue.
At no time was El Paso under threat, the airport under threat, and at no point was there a need to shut down the airport.
Yeah. But Pentagon now has lasers to take out drones. Last I heard, Pentagon didn't know what they were. At least over Langley.
I told you what I can tell you.
Laszlo brought up the Langley Air Force Base, and he is referencing the Langley Air Force Base drone mystery from December of 2023, with unidentified drones swarming one of the most secure military installations in the country for 17 straight nights. Those objects were estimated to be about 20 feet long, flying over 100 miles per hour, operating on frequencies that didn't match commercial drones, and flying in coordinated patterns. AARO, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, the same office created to investigate UFOs, was brought in alongside the FBI to investigate, and to this day, the identity of those objects remain unknown 3 years later. Here is the timeline mentioned by the media about what's been happening in El Paso, but there are some holes in it. The Pentagon had been planning to test a high-energy laser counter-drone system near Fort Bliss, a massive Army base right next to El Paso International Airport, and the FAA and the Pentagon had a meeting scheduled for February 20th to review safety impact on commercial flights, but the Pentagon wanted to test the laser before the meeting. When the FAA learned this, Administrator Brian Bedford shut down the airspace without notifying the White House, the Pentagon leadership, Homeland Security, or any local officials. Even the leadership at Fort Bliss said the closure surprised them, and that is a huge danger in itself. El Paso is the 22nd largest city in the U.S., with close to 700,000 people. Nearly 3.5 million passengers passed through that airport in the first 11 months of 2025 alone. Medical evacuation flights were deviated to Las Cruces, New Mexico, nearly 60 miles away. Surgical equipment coming in from Dallas never arrived, and city leadership found out at midnight with zero warning. El Paso Mayor Renner Johnson held a press conference, and here is what was mentioned.
I want to be very, very clear that this should have never happened. You cannot restrict airspace over a major city without coordinating with the city, the airport, the hospitals, the community leadership. That failure to communicate is unacceptable.
The mayor said this has not happened since September 11th, 2001, and aviation safety expert Philip Mann from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University agreed, telling Fox News that except for 9/11, we have never seen anything like this. A National Defense Aerospace designation appeared with no notice over a major American city for this duration is something that should raise serious questions. Now stay with me because this story only goes deeper. The government's explanation doesn't hold up. Strange lights were spotted on the airport's own cameras, and this ties into a pattern of aerial unknowns that has been building for years, so don't go anywhere. Here is where the story falls apart. The official line came from Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, who was acting administrator for NASA for about 5 months. He said the FAA and the Defense Department acted swiftly to address cartel drone incursions and that the threat had been neutralized. Cartel drones. That was the public-facing explanation. But according to NBC News, when members of Congress were briefed Wednesday morning, there was no mention of cartel drones at all. They were all told it was laser testing. Representative Veronica Escobar, who represents El Paso, said publicly that the information coming from the administration does not add up. And then the party balloon detail. According to CBS News and CNN, the military used its counter-drone laser earlier this week near the border to shoot down 4 Mylar balloons. Party balloons. And they thought they were foreign drones. At least one actual cartel drone was reportedly disabled as well, but the Pentagon has not provided any breakdown. Even the Homeland Security expert Juliet Kamen mentioned laser testing on PBS NewsHour, and what she says is very interesting.
The Pentagon has been trying out what's called high-energy laser technology. You just envision very powerful electricity that has come through a laser. The public does not know exactly the capacity of this technology, but it's suspected that it could probably bring down a commercial airplane. They're testing it out at Fort Bliss nearby, and perhaps they tested it out prematurely. The FAA gets nervous, says we don't know what's going on in the sky, and makes a sweeping judgment. So everything we heard from the administration was essentially not accurate.
This is the same government that told us for decades it's not tracking these unknown or unidentified objects, and that everything can be explained away. Now they're deploying laser weapons on the border, firing at objects they cannot correctly identify, and giving Congress a different story than the public. If they are misidentifying party balloons as threats today, what else have they been misidentifying? Or more importantly, what are they correctly identifying and choosing not to tell us? Really, this is eerily similar to the Chinese balloon event where several objects were shot down over the US back in February of 2023. And while all this is unfolding, video from the airport's own live cameras began circulating on social media, showing what appeared to be strange lights in the sky over El Paso during the closure. No authority has confirmed any connection to the shutdown, but when the government will not give a straight answer, people are going to look for their own. Now here is the bigger pattern. In 2023, unidentified drone swarms over Langley, which was reported by the Wall Street Journal in October of 2024. In that same year, 5 drones breached restricted airspace over the Department of Energy's Nevada National Security Site used for nuclear weapons experiments. In 2024, drones swarmed near Edwards Air Force Base in California, home to classified aerospace development. Then the massive East Coast drone scare across New Jersey in late 2024 that the government still has not fully explained. And now we have El Paso. Each time, the same cycle. Objects appear over sensitive locations, the government says practically nothing, then offers an explanation that isn't matching up with the details, but each time it is very quickly and swiftly labeled as a drone, even though there is no evidence or very little evidence to back up those claims. For those of us following the UFO topic, this is very similar.
I cannot describe how unique this is. No notice, just comes out of nowhere, and it's a 10-day no flight. So just to give comparison, when we bombed in Venezuela, that was a 1-day no flight. So just to give you a comparison, so no one knows what's coming. There's silence, then there's a false story. That's the best way of putting it about Mexican cartels and drones. To give your audience some perspective, according to NORAD, the military division, thousands of drone excursions happen between Mexico and U.S. Monthly. So there's nothing new about sort of a drone excursion.
Thousands per month. And yet, this one moment triggered a full 10-day shutdown over a major American city. Something doesn't add up, and El Paso is not just any city near the border. It's home to Fort Bliss, one of America's largest installations, and the FAA specifically cited national security as the reason for the closure. But nobody has explained what national security concern suddenly appeared that has not existed for the thousands of incursions before this one. And yet, when Congressman Martin Heinrich walked out of the classified briefing, the message was very different. He said there was no threat at all, no reason to shut down the airport. One agency calls it national defense. A congressman who just received classified intelligence says there was no threat. Those two things can't both be true, can it? And something else worth noting, a similar 10-day restriction remained in place Wednesday around Santa Teresa, New Mexico, about 15 miles from the El Paso airport. The FAA did not explain why that one is still active after El Paso was reopened after 7 hours. So this may not be completely over yet. The mayor summed up what everyone in El Paso was feeling that very morning they got the warning that the airport was shut down.
So we woke up, just like many of you, at midnight last night, 1 a.m, to the texts and the calls that we received that our airspace was shut down. So better communication from our federal government to your city, especially your leadership, that you're going to shut down your airspace. That coordination, that communication just did not happen.
The airspace was reopened roughly 7 hours after it was shut down. Flights were canceled, medical equipment never arrived, travelers stranded, and the American people received conflicting explanations from their own government. Here's where it matters for us. We don't know the full scope of what the military is tracking in our skies, and we don't know why, after years of pushing for UAP transparency, we're still getting different answers depending on who is asking the questions. I want to hear from you. With the Pentagon deploying laser weapons to shoot down aerial objects over U.S. soil, the Langley mystery still unsolved, and conflicting stories about what is in our skies, do you think we're getting the full picture? Or is the drone label being used to avoid a much bigger conversation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm Cristina Gomez, and that is it for today. I will see you again tomorrow at 10 a.m. PST for another UFO news update. Be safe, and remember, keep your eyes on the skies. enjoyed today's show, hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit the notification bell as I do daily UFO news and updates. Fresh UAP stories, government disclosures, and breaking developments land here every single day.